what he's doing is, I mean, kind of cool if he can continue to steal money.
Floyd Mayweather has been openly critical of Jake Paul's approach to boxing, viewing him as a symbol of everything wrong with the sport today. For Mayweather, Jake represents style over substance and hype over heart. The infamous gotcha hat incident, where Jake snatched Floyd's cap during a press event, only reinforced this view. What Jake saw as a clever stunt, Mayweather saw as a display of disrespect and immaturity, solidifying his belief that Jake is more interested in playing the clown than being a serious competitor. Jake's decision to reject a fight with Andrew Tate, a match that could have been a massive spectacle, was another missed opportunity to prove his worth. It had all the ingredients of a primetime event, a clash of egos that would have captivated audiences. However, Jake's refusal to take on Tate signaled something deeper, a fear of real competition. Mayweather was quick to call him out, accusing him of ducking tough opponents to protect his record and avoid the risk of losing. Mayweather's criticism of Jake extends far beyond the Tate fight. He has repeatedly highlighted Jake's tendency to cherry-pick opponents, fighting individuals with little to no boxing experience, or those well past their prime. Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren are prime examples. Neither posed a legitimate threat in the ring.
I will fight you. And you know that's one of the biggest fights to make in boxing. I'll weigh 175, you weigh 165, we can get that done. Make a couple $100 million, but what will your excuse be?
Woodley was an aging MMA fighter, while Askren, a retired mixed martial artist, known more for his wrestling than his striking, was an easy knockout. When Jake finally faced a legitimate boxer in Tommy Fury, he lost. That defeat exposed a critical weakness in Jake's career and underscored why he might be hesitant to face someone like Tate, who brings actual combat credentials to the table. The fallout from Mayweather's comments was swift, with social media erupting in a wave of memes, tweets and TikToks mocking Jake for dodging Tate and getting publicly roasted by Mayweather's fans. Critics pointed out the glaring disconnect between Jake's public persona, built on bravado and confidence, and his actual willingness to take on serious challenges. If Jake isn't prepared to fight someone with Tate's skills and experience, how can he expect anyone to take his boxing career seriously? This refusal to fight Tate, combined with rumors of contract clauses limiting his opponent's actions, has fueled speculation about the legitimacy of Jake's fights. There are whispers that even potential matches with legends like Mike Tyson come with restrictions, further raising doubts about whether Jake's bouts are genuine competitions or just orchestrated spectacles designed for entertainment. Mayweather isn't alone in questioning Jake's approach. Critics have long accused Jake of scripting outcomes and avoiding real competition, a claim Jake has consistently denied. However, his actions, particularly his refusal to fight Tate, don't do much to dispel these allegations. At its core, boxing is about proving yourself against the best, demonstrating grit, determination, and a willingness to face anyone. But Jake seems content to play it safe, choosing opponents he knows he can beat and sidestepping fighters who could truly test him. Mayweather's disdain for Jake goes beyond the ring. He sees Jake as someone who disrespects the sport, reducing it to a vehicle for social media clicks and cash grabs. While Mayweather's career, whether you love him or hate him, was built on facing top-tier opponents and maintaining an undefeated record, Jake appears more focused on maintaining his status as an influencer. Rejecting Andrew Tate wasn't just a strategic move for Jake, it was a glaring admission of his limitations. Tate, known for his brash personality and extensive combat experience, would have been a formidable opponent. Jake's decision to avoid that fight wasn't just about strategy, it was about self-preservation. By ducking the match, Jake gave Mayweather and the boxing community even more reason to doubt his legitimacy. Mayweather's critique, though harsh, resonates because it highlights a fundamental truth. Jake Paul is in a position to elevate his career by facing real challenges, but he consistently opts for the easy road. His fans might excuse this as smart business, but the boxing world sees it for what it is: cowardice. The question now is whether Jake will ever step up. He's been called out by some of the biggest names in the sport, yet he continues to sidestep legitimate competition. Mayweather's comments should serve as a wake-up call, but given Jake's track record, they're more likely to fuel another round of social media antics. As Mayweather pointed out, Jake's refusal to face real fighters has consequences. By avoiding serious competition, he risks losing whatever credibility he has left. Boxing fans are growing tired of the spectacle. They crave real fights, not carefully orchestrated charades, and until Jake delivers, he will remain a controversial figure rather than a respected one. The rejection of Andrew Tate and the ensuing public takedown by Mayweather have exposed significant cracks in Jake's boxing career. For all his bravado and confidence, Jake has shown an unwillingness to face real challenges. As Mayweather so bluntly put it, Jake doesn't have the courage to step up. The ball is now in Jake's court, but if history is any indicator, he'll probably drop it. Andrew Tate isn't just a loudmouth, he's a skilled fighter with years of experience. While his personality might polarize audiences, his abilities in the ring are undeniable. In contrast, Jake wasn't interested in taking that risk. Unlike the retired MMA fighters and social media personalities Jake has fought in the past, Tate would have posed a genuine threat.
I mean, a little bit, yeah. Like there was a point where, I was just like, okay, he's not really engaging back. And so I don't know if he's tired or whatever, and I could just tell, his age was showing a little.
Jake's camp can spin the decision however they want. But the truth is plain to see. Jake doesn't want a fight he can't control. Mayweather's critique goes beyond the immediate decision to avoid Tate. His comments about Jake avoiding fighters like Canelo Alvarez weren't just a dig, they were a statement of fact. Fighters like Canelo operate in a different league, one Jake knows he can't compete in. Rather than risk embarrassment, Jake sticks to opponents who either lack boxing experience or are well past their prime. Jake's fight history speaks volumes. Nate Robinson, a former basketball player with zero boxing experience, was an easy win. Ben Askren, with his weak striking skills, was another predictable victory. Even Tyron Woodley, despite his MMA background, was an aging fighter, and Jake barely scraped by in their first encounter. When he finally faced Tommy Fury, a legitimate boxer, he lost. That loss revealed a harsh reality: Jake's skills aren't as impressive as his social media presence would have people believe. In contrast, Mayweather's career was built on skill, strategy, and discipline. He faced and defeated some of the greatest fighters in history, earning his place among boxing's elite. His critique of Jake isn't just personal. It reflects a broader frustration within the boxing community. Fighters who have spent years honing their craft resent Jake's meteoric rise, which feels unearned. While they're grinding in gyms, Jake is racking up wins against subpar competition, relying on spectacle rather than substance. The potential showdown between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has also sparked intrigue. While Tyson represents a different level of skill and legacy, even that fight is shrouded in questions about legitimacy. Some speculate that such a bout would be more about entertainment than sport, further blurring the lines between real competition and orchestrated spectacle. Jake's supporters might continue to defend his choices as smart business, but even they have to wonder how long this strategy can last. At some point, Jake will have to face a real challenge or risk becoming a caricature of himself. The rejection of Andrew Tate wasn't just a tactical decision, it was a missed opportunity to silence his critics. Instead, it gave them more ammunition. Mayweather's critique resonates because it's rooted in truth. Jake can't hide behind social media stunts forever. The more he avoids real fights, the more his credibility erodes. While his fans might stick around for the spectacle, the boxing community will continue to see him as a joke rather than a serious contender.